Hello and welcome back to another video here on the Trek Investing in Crypto channel. And well, today we're going to be taking a look at HCMC Stock, Healthier Choices Management Corp. And well, you guys can pretty much see that the price has been staying at 0.0005, so 3 zeros and then a 5 for the past couple of weeks. And then we've actually also been staying at around 3 zeros and then a 6. So we actually haven't gone above or below this range. This is pretty much just where we're consolidating at currently. And the last time that we've actually dropped under this point was right around here when we actually did get down to 3 zeros and a 4, which is not too much of a difference. And then we can actually see that we never dropped below this point again all the way until just before this huge bull run where we ended up hitting 2 zeros and a 6. So basically like just over halfway to that 1 cent mark. We actually did end up dropping down to 3 zeros and then a 1, somewhere in that range, and then we actually dropped, I think, just below that. We actually ended up hitting 4 zeros and then a 9. So you guys can pretty much see we're not actually going to expect to drop below this point, 3 zeros and a 5. End up getting word that the court case with Philip Morris, the decision with that will be coming in around a month and a half. So just stay tuned for that. So this might actually be a time for a lot of people to start stocking up on shares, because we're actually at, I want to say, like a 6-month overall low with the stock, and we actually haven't, as I mentioned earlier, gotten below this point too many times in the past. So yeah, it's looking pretty good for HCMC coming into the future. And as I mentioned in my last video, if they do end up actually, or actually in a couple of videos ago, if they actually do end up winning this court case with Philip Morris, the settlement money can actually be used to buy back a ton of shares, and then they can actually end up, making those, stocks essentially like worthless, just taking them out of the game, and then the share price would actually have a huge boost, and then a lot of people would make a ton of profits. But if you guys are new to this channel, please go ahead and check out my channel. I make a ton of videos covering the best stocks every single week, as well as some occasional news coverage, such as when I actually did make a video about when Bernie Madoff actually passed away. And then we can actually see that I do have memberships on this channel. So if you guys actually do want to join, just go over to this join button right here, this blue join button on my channel, and you guys can actually end up joining. We have 4 different tiers: beginner, advanced, VIP, and top tier. And as well, we actually do have a Patreon where I'm going to be posting some behind the scenes footage, as well as some live trades eventually, so you guys actually don't want to miss out on that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get right back into the video. So you guys can actually see right here that our support and resistance levels actually haven't changed much, because the price, of course, hasn't really changed. So our support is going to be at 3 zeros and then a 6. And then our resistance will actually be a bit higher, and we're actually going to end up placing our resistance at around that 2 zeros and then a 1 range, because we will definitely end up passing that if HCMC does actually initiate a share buyback scheme. So we can actually see that we've been consolidating under this exact range for the past couple of months. Like, we actually haven't dipped down below it too many times, except for, I want to say, like the past 2 weeks, which one we ended up being 3 zeros and a 5. But this is not actually going to last. I'm going to get into that later on in the video, because there's actually been a lot of attention coming back into HCMC since people actually found out that we will be getting decisions for the court case pretty soon. And this actually puts a lot of people into a bullish mindset with this particular stock, and a lot of people are starting to get back into it. And so we won't be seeing the stock staying at 3 zeros and a 5 for too much longer. This is actually just going to be a temporary thing. So yeah, we've overall just been consolidating under this exact range. And then once we can actually end up breaking the 2 zeros and then 1 2 range, then we can actually start seeing new highs. Probably not all-time highs, because we would actually have to hit all the way to 2 zeros and then a 6, which is pretty high. That's like 6 times the amount that we actually have on our resistance. So, but I mean, anything around like 2 zeros and then a 1 and then up is actually fine, since that would actually be a pretty massive gain. But yeah, just make sure to be, watching the news regarding, the Philip Morris case and, potential results coming in, things of that sort, and just make sure that you're not left behind, because when that major surge does actually end up happening, if there is a buyback scheme, which there might not be, but if there is, and then that major surge ends up happening, it's going to be really quick, and a lot of people are just going to sell immediately, because there's actually been a lot of FUD with this particular stock, which means fear, uncertainty, and doubt, for those of you guys that don't know. And so a lot of people have just been, saying, oh, like, this thing is not going to get anywhere. We've been holding for like 5 months, 6 months, almost over a year, and it's just, I'm losing money, and I'm down like 50%, things of that sort. So a lot of people will actually just sell immediately, and you just want to make sure that you're not left behind holding the bag when it just drops right back down to where it started. So we could actually potentially see this thing, doing a little, trend to the upside just like that. And we could actually end up hitting between 0.001 to 0.002 and possibly even higher in the next couple of months. Yeah, so you just definitely don't want to miss out on that. But that's actually going to be the end of today's video. I just wanted to give you guys a little update, so you guys just aren't feeling a bit lost when it comes to, okay, is it too late with this stock? Is there anything coming in the future? Should I hold a bit longer? Yeah, but this is not financial advice, just to put that out there. But thank you guys, as always, for watching all the way until the end of the video, for those of you guys that do. And I'll see you guys in the next video.